Hello, lovies. Today's podcast is probably going to get me jumped on by people with completely different opinions. But today we're talking about when kids go rogue. So, if you've ever thought, my child's gone rogue, you're in the right place. Today we'll unpack what drives antisocial behaviour, what actually helps, and how to teach our children to be respectful with police and other service workers, bus drivers, teachers, shop staff, nurses, paramedics, the lot. They all need to be respected. So before we start, just 2 notes. We're going to keep this compassionate and practical. And remember, this information is not legal advice. If you're in doubt about the law, check official guidance or speak to a professional. So let's do our deep breath together. In and out. Are you ready? Let's begin. So what antisocial behaviour means in plain English. In the UK, antisocial behaviour is behaviour that causes or is likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress to people outside your household. That's the wording you'll see on police guidance and in the legislation that agencies use to act on antisocial behaviour. This talk isn't about labelling children. It's about understanding why the behaviour shows up and how we can guide it back on track. So why do good kids do wild things? This is the science bit. Your child's brain, especially the prefrontal cortex, which handles planning, impulse control and thinking it through, is still developing into the early mid-20s. That's one reason teens can be brilliant one minute and absolutely baffling the next. When stress spikes, kids tip into fight, flight or freeze. Logic goes offline, survival mode takes the wheel, so our first job is to co-regulate first, and then coach skills when calm. A trauma-informed stance called PACE, playfulness, acceptance, curiosity, empathy, is gold here. It helps a child feel safe enough to reflect and change. 10 common roots of rogue behaviour. Listen for the one that lands. Overarousal and stress. Noisy homes, crowded schools, constant demands. Sleep debt. Tired brains are shouty brains. Food and movement. Blood sugar crashes, not enough daylight and exercise. Mental health. Anxiety, low mood, grief. Neurodiversity, ADHD, autism traits unmet, not badness, just mismatched. Peer pressure and online stuff. Risky dares and public humiliation fears. And inconsistent boundaries. Kids test fences to find them. Loss of status or power. Acting out to feel significant. Family stress. Money worries, housing, parental health. Then unrepaired ruptures, which are arguments that never got stitched up. Hold these with compassion. Behaviour is communication. You're listening for that message underneath. So the 3C parent, and this is the 3C parent model, and it's just connect, coach, and consequence. Step 1, connect. Co-regulate first. You say to them, I can see this is big, I'm here, let's breathe with me, in for 4, out for 6, just like I get you all to do, to get you ready to listen. Do it to the kids as well. Like body, soften your shoulders, lower your voice, stand sideways, not square on, You don't need to be up in their faces when you are trying to communicate with them. The goal is bring the nervous system down so their thinking brain can return. So the next C, coach. When calm, never mid-storm. Curious questions. What happened just before it blew up? What did your body feel? Problem solved together. Next time your mates hype you up, what's a signal you can spot? What is your exit line? Teach them that they can just not be pressured into doing the behaviours. And rehearse the skill. Role play it. You be one of their friends who they don't like to stand up to. So rehearse the skill, role play it, make it short and a bit silly. That is the P in PACE. Step 3, consequence. Now we're talking logical, not shaming. Natural or logical, short and certain. Example, say they've done some criminal damage at a shop. You write an apology, they contribute to the repair and clean up, and take a break from unaccompanied visits to these shops. End with repair. You're loved, the choice wasn't okay, and we'll practice a better one. So some family rules that you can actually live with. Keep it to 5 house rules. Read them out loud weekly. For example, 1, we are safe with our hands on words. 2, we tell the truth even when it's hard. 3, we own our mess and we make it right. This goes for getting them to help out with chores in the house and you being at loggerheads. We use our exit plans when overwhelmed. So if they're with their friends that are doing something and they're just not, wanting to do this thing, but they're worried that they're letting their friends down, practice an exit plan where they say, oh, I have to go home because of so-and-so. There's always ways. And when you're around people serving the public, you be respectful and you tell them that we speak respectfully to everyone serving the public. Post them rules on the fridge. Refer to them, not to your mood. So you can get hot moments when you are just both in the moment and everything else goes completely out the window. So if something's happening in public, so if you're with your child in public, just say to them, I'm going to help you step outside with me, we'll breathe and then talk. If they swear at staff, we tell them we don't speak to people who are working to help us like that. We'll pause and try again with respect. If they're getting baited by their peers, tell them you don't have to win this. You only have to leave well. So how do we teach respect for police and other service workers? Start at home. Respect is not a lecture, it's modelled daily. Please, thank you, eye contact, calm tone. Every shop trip is practice. When it comes to the police, give kids clear, concrete steps. In the UK, there's official guidance on how to stop and search should happen and what to expect. Your child can stay calm, keep their hands visible, and they can politely ask the officer's name and the reason for the stop. Officers should explain and provide a record. Now, this isn't going to apply to a lot of children, but where I live, there is a lot of antisocial behaviour, and respect really does start at home. So, here's a simple acronym that you can get your kids to remember. So, RESPECT, like the song. Relax your body, shoulders down, hands visible. E, ensure clear voice, slow, neutral tone. S, show cooperation, follow instructions and don't argue. Polite questions. Could you tell me your name and the reason for stopping me, please? Older teens can ask for a record. Obviously, if they're doing something that warrants the stop and search, teach them they have to be cooperative. E. Explain the feelings briefly. I'm nervous. I'm going to keep my hands where you can see them. C. Close well. Thank you, officer. Even if they've stopped and searched them, tell them to say thank you. And then T. Tell a trusted adult afterwards. Debrief at home and write down what happened. Because sometimes the kids are out to their own devices, you don't know what's going on or what's happened, and you don't know what they're being pressured into. So always keep the communication lines open with your child. And I know they get to a certain age where they think that you can't tell them what to do anymore. In one respect, you talk to them like they are a human being. Do not bark orders at them or tell them that this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Make the consequence fit whatever it is that they've done. If you're like taking everything off them 3 times a day and they don't really know why, it's just going to build up resentment. But always teach them to treat NHS staff, bus drivers, teachers, retail workers, all with the same respect. The same bones apply. Calm body, kind voice. Follow reasonable instructions and repair if you get it wrong. Also teach that assaulting emergency workers is a specific criminal offence in the UK, because so many get assaulted by youngsters, and I really don't understand how that happens, because they are literally putting their lives at risk every day. So it's a criminal offence in the UK, and we respect the person and the role even when we're frustrated. Like, if they're learning from the adults that are stood in a line and being like, oh, for God's sake, oh, because they can't wait patient there, they're not going to have respect for people in shops. If you've got no regard for the law, they're not going to have no regard for the law. Always look at how your behaviour is when you're treating service workers. I mean, luckily, my daughter is very, very respectful because I've taught her to be. But that's because I'm respectful too. And respect is free at the end of the day. And it's easy to teach. You model your behaviours on how you want them to be. You know, it is not rocket science. So you can role play. Let's say we role play for 60 seconds. So as a parent, you're calm and you say, right, I'm the bus driver, you're late and your card fails. The child will be like, late for what? So just say to them, light and firm, reset, try, respect. The child retry. Sorry, my card failed. Do I need to step off and top up? And the parent replies, thank you for your manners. Yes, hop off and try again. If a situation feels unfair, coach kids to stay safe and respectful in the moment. Then use the right channels later. Speak to you, the school, or make a formal complaint. Don't let them litigate on the street. Boundaries that stick without screaming at each other. When homework's done, then Wi-Fi's back. Simple, clear, concise. 2 yeses and a no. Yes, you can see your friends. Yes, we can lift you. No, not if there's vaping. The pause. I'm not deciding while we're shouting. We'll talk at 7 p.m. So again, step away. Go back later. Talk calmly. Now, the walk away. Adults often don't do this and will stand and argue, and that's why their kids stand and argue. If the adults shout, that's why the kids shout. It's easy. It's the walk away. If you feel your rage rising, step out. Adults have to model the control that we want our children to be able to show. So 5 daily habits that defuel antisocial behaviour. Now, you might think this is silly, but it's not, because so many things will affect how a child behaves. I mean, number one, for starters, is sleep. Protect it like medicine. Just because they want to stay up all night playing Call of Duty or Fortnite, you have got to make sure that you're putting their sleep routine first. And if they can't be trusted, they shouldn't have these devices in their bedrooms, because once they stop sleeping, that's when everything else starts to fall down. The type of foods that you give them: steady blood sugar, like a real breakfast in the morning, a mid-afternoon protein snack, movement and daylight, 30 to 60 minutes outside if possible. And I don't mean outside causing vandalism with the mates. I'm talking about us as adults, taking a walk with them. Take the dog with us, just spend a bit of time outside in the calmness. Screens without sense. I mean, this one is, not even, it's not something that should be argued about. So screens with sense means phones out of bedroom and set up 3 hours. Because if they've been scrolling for hours on end, it really doesn't help them or improve their mood. There's children that have got anxiety from phones, and when they've been taken away, that anxiety has disappeared. So it just goes to show, social media especially can cause anxiety. So micro connection. So 10 minutes a day, one-to-one, doing their thing, no fixing. So this is where I've told you before, you meet them where they are. If that means that you sit down and play Minecraft with them for 10 minutes, even though you're crap, then do it. You meet them where they are. They do need one-to-one connection. If they're the kind of children that are coming home from school, you're telling them to get out of the house because you're busy, they're going to go off and they're going to find something else to do to amuse themselves. Always, always connect with your child on a daily basis. It's surprising how many parents don't do this. The child's been at school all day, and then as soon as they get in the door, they're being barked orders at. And they've not even had time to process the day or calm down. So just remember, you need to model the behaviour that you want them to display. Like, if your child is ever stopped by the police, teach them to be calm. Just teach this in a quiet moment, not or after a police stop. Breathe first, hands visible, no sudden moves, answer clearly, don't argue, ask politely for the reason and for the officer's name and ID. Afterwards, tell a trusted adult, write down the time, place, names. You can request a stop and search record. See your local police guidance for details. Again, this is about safety and respect. If something felt wrong, we follow it up the right way once everybody is calm. Repair after a bad day. How to come back from it. Own it. I lost it at the shop, that wasn't okay. Name the impact. That cashier was just doing her job. Make it right. Apology, spoken or written, and a concrete act of repair. Plan the next steps. Rehearse a better line and practice at home. The ritual of reset. Fist bump. Brew. Short walk. Mark the fresh start. Everybody gets a bit excited now and then, and service workers are treated so disrespectfully, and it's not their fault. And like I say again, they learn from our behaviours. So if there's a lot going on and your children are engaging with antisocial behaviour on a regular basis. So if you see persistent aggression, weapons, serious property damage, cruelty, high-risk peers, or your child is terrified or very withdrawn, please reach out. Because sometimes they're so scared that they will do what is asked of them by their peers because they're scared of the consequences from them peers. And in a lot of children's lives, they will listen more to what the friends say than what the parents say. So you really have to try and keep on top of this. But Young Minds have a parents helpline, and it's free. It's 0808 802 5544. Just check their site for current opening times. The NSPCC's helpline for concerns about a child, 0808 800 5000. Childline for under 19s, again it's free, 0800 1111, and that's confidential anytime. If your teen is struggling from mental health and it is causing them to kick off, to break things, to smash things, because this is how it comes out sometimes, get them urgent mental health support. Call 111 and select the mental health option, which is 24 access in England, or see NHS guidance online. If someone in immediate danger, just call 999. You're not failing by asking for help, you're just doing the responsible thing. Sometimes we can't get through to our teens and it just feels like a lost cause. But ask for help from the services. So when it seems they're getting into trouble with the friends, you can do a 7-day reset plan. Let's say quick wins. So day 1, write your 5 house rules together. Include them in it. Day 2, practice the RESPECT with a silly role play. You have to teach them. Day 3, audit sleep and screens. Make one tiny tweak. Day 4, one-to-one fun for 15 minutes. Their choice. You put your phone away. Day 5, teach one exit line. I'm stepping away to calm down. It's time for me to go home. You get the picture? Day 6, practice an apology and a repair, even if it is hypothetical and your child will never need it. Day 7, family walk and future chat. What kind of person do you want to be in our community? Children aren't mini adults, and this is what a lot of people forget. They're learners with big feelings in growing brains. When we stay calm, set fair fences, coach the skills and insist on respect for ourselves, for police, for every worker serving the public, we give them something priceless, a sturdy inner compass. You're doing better than you think. Put the kettle on, choose one action for today, and remember, firm and kind beats loud and long every time. I'm going to give you some handy one-liners, so save these. We're going to calm our bodies first, then we will talk. We speak respectfully to people doing their jobs. Make it right, words and actions. Leave well is still a win. So if they are leaving the group that are doing things that they don't want to be doing, that's a win for them. Just make sure that they're rewarded for that. Tell them they're loved. You're loved. The choice wasn't okay. We'll practice a better one. So that's it for today. Please share with anyone who's having problems with their teen, who is getting into trouble with the police, causing antisocial behaviour. Then please pass this on to them, because they need to know that sometimes they just need extra help, and there's nothing wrong with that.